Okay, welcome to another episode of the cold calling sessions. When it comes to realtors, you can go more straight to the point, let them know that you can get them paid fast because realtors are looking to get paid. So a realtor lead is will never be cold. You're never actually going to be quote unquote cold calling them because they already are out there trying to move this property off the market with investors like ourselves. So it's kind of like a warm lead. You have to turn it hot with two main things, which is first and foremost, show them that you are the real deal, that you are going to stand on the offer you make, and that you're going to be following up with them because realtors sometimes they deal with investors and never hear back from investors and they get disappointed. So so when you come as an investor and you actually follow up with them, you send them an offer, you send them a written offer, you follow up with them, you try to negotiate, they really value that because they see that they're moving toward the goal of selling this property off the market without having to go with the hassle of, you know, putting it out there, staging it, taking photos and putting it on the MLS. And number two, you want to reel them in, making them see that they're going to get paid on the seller side, the seller's commission, but there's also a potential that they help you lock in the property at the price that you need it, which is a discounted price. And you can also offer them, typically I go with 1%. So on the first transaction, getting to know each other, I'll offer you 1% of the purchase price. And then if you bring me more properties that you believe qualify for a fix and flip and that we can move fast on them, we'll negotiate between 1 and 3% so that you can see value in working with me. Let's move on to some realtor calls. Let's get it. Pretty warm leads. We just have to go through the conversation, learn a little bit more about the property and their seller situation. So let's jump right into it.
This is Michael.
Hey, Michael, this is Nick with. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Nick?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. Giving you a quick call to follow up on one of my team members who reached out via SMS. They were inquiring about properties you may have available for a potential fix and flip. And I have in front of me property in San Antonio on, correct?
Correct.
Just wanted to touch base, like I said, introduce myself for investors, and I wanted to see if you could tell me a little bit more about this one.
Yeah. Are y'all in the San Antonio area?
Great question. So we are based in, but we buy, fix, flip, and hold properties all across the country. One of our main markets right now is Texas, in which we want to allocate cash funds. So yeah, we can go from there.
Okay. So I'm doing an open house in a little bit, but it sounds like you won't be able to come by.
Not quite. However, like I said, I'm making this call just so I can learn a little bit more about the property and the context you have with the seller. See if I can make an offer today.
2 bedroom, 2 bath. 2 bedroom, 2 bath. It's got a large enclosed porch area on the back. It's about, I say 15, 30 square feet, I think, right now. And then if you were to make that, put air conditioning in there, take the exterior siding off, sheetrock it, turn that into living space, you have just under 1850 square feet according to the appraisal district. It's in good condition for being original. Foundation solid. It needs a brand new roof. The porch roof is too shallow to be shingled, but it has shingles on it, so it leaks. You're gonna have to put a metal roof on the building. The rest of the roof is old and it's time for replacement anyway. So you need a roof regardless, but because of the nearly flat roof over the patio,
Okay.
it's going to be your go-to. Otherwise, they updated the kitchen like in the late 90s, early 2000s, but it's probably not going to be, HGTV quality.
Right.
By today's standards. But it's a solid house.
Gotcha. Solid house. Okay. We'll be looking more into a project that is, yeah. We'll be looking more into a project that's kind of like fully renovated, raise the standards to 2025 and be able to flip it. What you're telling me is that the big ticket items like the foundation, electrical, and plumbing are good to go. So we're basically looking at very solid bones that we can go from, correct? Awesome. Awesome. And what can you tell me about the seller? Like, we're looking to commit to a project ASAP. I know you're doing a showing, so probably we'll be just doing putting our best offer out there. And of course, you guys will consider what you have on the table, but they're ready to move forward right away. There aren't any roadblocks, correct? We can come to terms, price, and just lock it in ASAP.
It's an estate, so there's no like emotional attachment to that's the corner where my dog peed. I can't sell this house. None of that. It's an estate. So as long as there's no issues with title, they're ready and able to sell immediately.
Okay. Sounds good.
And because it's an estate, title, might take an extra day or two to get sign offs from heirs or something like that. But
yeah, that's not a problem.
is that it?
And let me see. Do you think it would be possible for me to get pictures of it today?
I don't have a great way to send the photos. If you want to send me an email, I'll see if I can figure out something.
Let's do the following. I'm
Will
going
be this
to.
afternoon before I can even look into it. But
That's not a problem. Let's do the following. I'm shooting you a text message right now from this direct line saying, "Hi, hey Michael, it's Nick," with just so you can have the reference. And then I'm attaching my email address because here's what I want to do. I want to put everything in front of my underwriting team and finance guys and construction guys that I have in-house just to see how much I can break down the numbers to be able to give you an offer today. Tell you, hey Michael, this is what I can do all in on the property. And then we'll see if we can get the ball rolling, get it on writing, and just see if we can be on a race to lock this in. Now, quick question. Have you discussed with the seller how much are they looking to walk away with net?
I have not. I mean, they don't owe anything on it, but they're not interested in doing any owner financing. They don't care if a buyer gets financing, but they're just concerned about their net. They want as much as they can get.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean we would be doing cash. So I was just wondering if there was a ballpark that I need to be in to get this locked in.
It's on the market at 220. That's the only price I have.
Only price you have, okay. You can go from there.
I say on the market. It's not.
Yeah, I know what you said. Don't worry.
Market,
yeah, no worries. I understood perfectly. Yeah, 220. That's a ballpark I can go from.
I will tell you, there's quite a bit of stuff still in the house, like the old couch and recliners and some furniture that they're not. They're taking, the heirs are taking what they want, and the rest that's left behind is going to be for whoever buys the house to deal with.
So that's not a problem. I mean,
you get a 20-yard dumpster to fill up. But,
yeah, no, that's not a problem.
Anyway.
We'll be doing as is. So yeah, whatever they want to do, whatever they want to leave behind, that's not a problem. We'll just take care of it. I think I have everything in front of me. I'll just be looking forward as soon as you can to send me the photos, and just considering the fact that you're going to be doing an open house and you're going to be showing this to other investors, I'm still going to put everything in front of my team. You've been very thorough in explaining the condition of the property, so I believe I can just go ahead and break down some numbers, give you a call back in the next hour to tell you how much I can be all in as a first offer, maybe send it in writing as well with our proof of funds, all that good stuff to put our best foot forward, and then we can just see if we can get the ball rolling from there as soon as get photos, maybe just get some feedback on our offer and go from there.
Okay. An hour from now, if you call me, there's a good chance I won't be able to answer. I'm going to have the open house starting in about half an hour.
Okay.
And I'll be there until at least noon. So
it's okay. How about I give you a call back after lunch?
I'll be back if you want to. That's fine. But that'd be fine.
Perfect. Okay. Listen, Michael, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Talk to you later today.
All right, man. You're welcome.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye. Perfect. So, good call. First thing we need to understand here, the property needs a lot of work. I mean, off the bat, if you need a new roof, that's the biggest ticket item on a house. The roof is the most expensive thing, other than HVAC and plumbing and electrical. That's the biggest ticket item. So he just went straight into being transparent with me, saying, hey, the property needs a new roof. He also said the property's original. So you always want to be actively listening to what they're saying. Realtors sometimes like, this is a good realtor because he's being thorough. He's not holding back and telling me what's up with the property, which is very valuable because that's when I come in and leverage that to offer very low, telling him, hey, the property's original. I need to put a new roof and I'm basically going to be renovating the whole thing. So I need to be at X price. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and underwrite the property. I'm going to take a look at the market, what has actually sold, how active is the market. From there, I'll have some numbers ready to go and I'll make the offer. But yes, so far this one was great. This property could be a good one. Thing is, I see that there's going to be a lot of competition. And since we're looking to wholesale the deal, we need to be much lower than the actual investor. If there's an investor that takes a look at this and wants to jump on, they're going to beat our offer because they're going to be direct buyers and they're just going to renovate the property themselves. But the open house is tomorrow at 10 a.m. So I have this entire day to put a number in front of them so they can be like, hey, fuck this open house. Like, let's just lock in this deal. Let's make another call so you guys can listen in on how I talk to realtors.
Hello, John.
Hey, John, it's Nick. How are you?
Good. How's it going?
Doing fantastic, thank you. I'm just giving you a call to follow up on one of my team members. Her name is Kelly. She reached out, I think, a couple of days ago asking for properties you might have for fix and flip. I have in front of me.
Yes, sir.
Wanted to give you a call, introduce myself. We're investors and we're looking to allocate funds. So I was wondering if you could tell me a bit more about this property, see if I can make an offer.
Okay, what you need to know?
Well, let's start with big ticket items. What can you tell me about the condition of the roof, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, foundation overall?
Overall, property's in good condition. Just needs some updating.
Okay. So how old is the roof?
I don't know how old the air conditioner is. The air conditioner looks in pretty good shape, though.
Okay.
There's been some plumbing updates, but it's basically original, bathroom, kitchen looks like.
Okay. How old is the roof, do you know?
Yeah, I just said 15 years old.
Gotcha, I didn't catch that, sorry. Okay, 15 years old. Okay. So you would say we'll be looking into a property that we can fully renovate, just raise the standards to 2025 and put it back up in the market, correct?
Say that again.
That we can agree on the fact that this property can be fully renovated, put it into 2025 standards and put it back up in the market, correct?
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure what you're saying. I mean, you can do that with any property.
Right, I'm just saying that.
I'm not understanding what your point of that is.
No, I'm just trying to make sure that we're on the same page. We're not wasting anybody's time. We're looking to buy a property that we can fix and flip. So if there's room for us to come in and fully renovate the property, nice. We can just keep talking about it because I want to know a little bit more about the seller status. We're looking to come into a project soon. So if they're ready to move forward right away, there aren't any roadblocks, ready to sign an agreement.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's I'm wholesaling the property. It's a contract assignment. Seller's just looking to sell it. He doesn't have to sell it. So I'm kind of stuck at a price with him. You guys can make me an offer that works where I can make a little bit of profit. We'll do the deal.
Okay, so it's going to be an assignment.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, and what's your asking?
I was at like 140, but right now I'm at 130 to get it done.
Okay. Okay, so I will just need pictures of the property. I see here that you sent Kelly like a Dropbox link, but it's broken. Can you send me an updated one to this phone number?
What's wrong with the link?
I don't know. I click it and it's error 404. So I don't know if it's outdated or broken or.
No, I mean I've sent that same link to everybody, so I'm not sure why it didn't work for you.
Yeah, it gives me error 400. Something went wrong. Don't worry, your files are still safe. Blah blah blah. It's like I can't see anything. You just forward it to me to my phone. I'll try to open it on my phone to this phone number.
I'll have to do it after we hang up because I don't have you in my history here.
That's okay, no worries. I mean, as soon as I get those pictures, I'll put them in front of my team, break down some numbers, and see if I can just come to your price and be all in on the property at that price. I'll give you a call back.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Okay, so you always want to qualify the property. This guy at first, he was a jerk. He was just like, you see, these two calls are perfect because they give you like the two sides of the coin when you're working with agents. This guy is an agent, but this property in particular, he's wholesaling this deal. He's got it locked in, probably at he's probably got it locked in at like 120, or I would say 115, 110. He's trying to make a quick 20k. I it wouldn't make sense for us to work with a wholesaler. That's just like insane. It never works. The only way you can work with a wholesaler, if you are trying to wholesale the deal, is trying to find a way that you can help them move the deal. Like you find a cash buyer, you connect them, and you do like a JV type deal. So basically, these two calls give you like an example of very thorough realtors that are open to working with you. That first realtor, as you saw, I just showed him how fast I can put up an offer for him. On that second call is where I'm going to reel him in, let him know that if he's willing to represent us on the offer we submit, I can offer 1% commission. And then boom, I give him the offer. And we'll see what happens with that one. This one, at first, you saw that this guy was being a jerk. He was like, the property's in good condition. What do you want me to say? I was trying to, you always want to extract like that reassurance that you are looking to fix and flip this property. You're an investor. You're trying to get the property at a discount so you can put it back up in the market, basically resell the property after you renovate it. Of course, you don't want to tell them that you're looking to wholesale. With realtors, they hear the word wholesale and they just run away. You just want to tell them you're the investor. You're trying to get this property under contract, renovate it, and just flip it on the market. So this guy at first was just being a jerk, but when he saw that I was just being very adamant and just without being rude, telling him I need to be on the same page with you so we're not wasting time. So let me know that you actually believe that this could be a fix and flip. That's when he told me I'm trying to wholesale this deal. Okay, I still like I killed it off right then and there. I just told him, hey, send me the pictures. I'll see what I can do. But we're not looking to work with a wholesaler because we are trying to lock it in so we can wholesale it. So I'm just gonna, get off this lead. But those two calls give you a very nice POV as to what it's like to deal with agents. This guy's an agent, but he's trying to wholesale the deal. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to underwrite that first call off camera. I'm just going to come up with the numbers and I'm going to make the call to make the offer so that you guys can hear that out. So basically what we came up with, the information we gather is that the property is original. I'm just recapping on the conversation we had. Um, there's the need for a new roof. The kitchen, it's an update. It's an estate sale. So just the roof alone, it's a huge ticket item. And we have comparables with an ARV at 260. Estimated repair cost is going to be $63,000. The seller is asking for 220. Always in sales overall, but most likely in real estate, they're going to ask for a ton of money. But then the reality is that they're going to need to be much lower than that. They will be able to come lower than that. They're just putting a high price so that there's room to negotiate. So I'm going to start anchoring at $110,000. That's going to be my offer off the bat, and we'll go from there. I want to provide this offer over the phone, and we'll see what happens.
Hello, Nick.
Hey, Michael, how are you?
I'm great.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Hey, wanted to give you a quick call. I just got off a meeting with my underwriting team, taking a look at a bunch of properties. I have some numbers for, so I know you have an up and coming open house and you're going to be showing it to investors. I wanted to put my best foot forward, put an offer out there, and just get the ball rolling on our end. Before we talk numbers, I'll just like to explain what it looks like if we decide to work together for full transparency. Is that okay?
You're great.
Great. So I'll break it down step by step. Here's how our process works. Once we agree on a price, we'll sign an agreement to get started. Within 24 hours, we'll need pictures of the property, verify the condition. What we'll do on top of that is, once we're locked in, we will schedule a quick walkthrough with a third-party inspection company, send out our contractors, just cross-reference everything and confirm our budget. Meanwhile, title company ensures a clear title for closing, and once everything checks out, we move to the closing table and everybody gets paid. Sounds good?
Okay.
Now, I wanted to ask you a question so I can factor in all my numbers and see if you would agree to do this or not. Would you be open to representing us on the offer we submit?
I can't represent you and the seller, but I can, um, handle the paperwork.
Gotcha. The reason I ask this is just because we tend to just put our best foot forward, like I've been saying, offer you 1% of this first transaction precisely just to help us write up the agreement so that we can provide you value in the transaction. Because even if we can't lock this property in, I would be looking forward to working with you down the line. Like I told you, we're being very aggressive in purchasing properties throughout this first 2 quarters of the year. So yeah, just kind of like a finder's fee or something for you to keep on working with us. But if you feel like you just want to represent the seller on this one, we're fine with that. We can just move forward however you want.
Yeah, no, if you want to move forward as an unrepresented buyer, that's fine. My fee from the seller is sufficient. You don't have to throw anything else on top of it. For me to handle paperwork.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, just think about it. At the end of the day, we're in the early stages. It's just me, the way I like to operate, just provide value to you guys because at the end of the day, you're the one that's presenting the offer, allowing communication between me and the seller. So you just let me know down the line whatever you want to do. Now, let's talk about the property. So based on what you've shared so far, regarding condition, we're looking at a property that's basically original. We'll be doing a full renovation, changing the roof, updating everything, considering it's a state sale. It's pretty easy to just move forward right away. And we will purchase it as is, of course. We will cover all the closing costs in terms of the title and everything. And with that being said, I've been authorized, in a perfect world, to be at 110K for the property.
Wow, that'd be a heck of a deal. 110 on the
110K.
back end at 320.
And that's just, I know it might feel lower than expected. That's just me without taking a look at anything. And like I said, I just want to be taking the step forward and sending you something in writing so that we can start expressing interest. At the end of the day, tomorrow, you said you can get me the picture so I can take a look into the property and then get me some feedback on where the seller's head's at after he's getting feedback, not only from our offer, but people that are going to be looking into the property tomorrow physically. Then we'll go from there. I'll just appreciate it if you can give me some feedback and then I'll go from there tomorrow.
Did you get the disclosures I sent over to you earlier?
Let me check. I believe I did. Yes. The pro forma, lead based paint, and yeah, disclosures notice. Yes, I did. That's what my underwriting team used to come up with these numbers. Yeah.
Okay. No, we can write it up. I can't speak for the seller. I'm surprised at the lack of money in the offer, but who knows? Anything's possible.
I understand. At the end of the day, it's real estate. It's all about negotiation. I believe this is where the actual game starts, where we start just putting our best foot forward and then going from there. I'm going to use the email that you sent me the disclosure from, which is to send everything in a written format regarding our offer, our terms. And on top of that, I'll send our proof of funds and we'll go from there. I'll just be looking forward to hearing back from you and see if we can get the ball rolling. If I need to come up to a number that's not um, the initial 220 that we discussed, I'll be open to negotiating as long as they are open to negotiate. Sounds good?
Okay, appreciate it.
I appreciate it as well, Michael. Thank you so much. Next to 3 to 5 minutes, you'll have everything in your inbox. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay. I'll be on the road for the next couple hours, but I'll be back this evening.
No worries.
I'll be looking out for it. If I don't see it, I'll reach back out to you.
Yeah, just shoot me a text if anything. Just so you know, the offer goes out from my team, info, and then the proof of funds goes directly from my email. But I'll just send you a text message so you can look for those and we'll go from there. If anything, just shoot me a text.
And should I continue to communicate with you or with the info
always
address?
communicate with me. I mean, I'm the type of person that would just rather jump on a call. That's just the way I like to operate.
Okay.
But if anything, just shoot me a text, give me a call. Last resort, just shoot me an email to info, and my team will just put it in front of me.
Okay, sounds great.
All right, Michael, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Drive safe. Talk to you more. Bye. That's how you present an offer to a realtor. So here's what I can tell you guys. When it comes to real estate, especially when you're dealing with realtors or with sellers overall, like scratch that. With any piece of real estate that you're looking to wholesale, the objective of your low offer is to uncover motivation. Let me say that again. You always want to make the low offer so you can uncover motivation. Uncovering motivation is the actual reason why you want to make that low offer. It's not, of course, you want the deal, of course. And in a perfect world, like I told this guy, shout out Jerry Norton for that line. I always present my offers like that. In a perfect world, I need to be on 110K. Subconsciously, everybody knows that we do not live in a perfect world. However, that's where I need to be at without even taking a look at property pictures. But that's just me showing the seller commitment. And through the realtor, real estate agents get an insane amount of calls from investors every single time they look to sell a property off market. And 90% of those sellers don't get back to them because they're just like, I cannot be all in on this property. Whatever it is, they just don't get back to the realtor. So when an investor, just like us, gets back to them, breaks down numbers with them, provides them with feedback, sends them a written offer, a proof of funds, all of these things, believe me, they get hooked in. They're like, this guy is actually willing to negotiate, willing to put an offer in their best foot forward, which is what I always tell them. I'm trying to put my best foot forward. I know this is not the best offer, but this is where I need to be at without looking at pictures or anything. So let me put this in writing, and you put this in front of the seller, get some feedback, and we go from there. That's all it's needed at first. Because if you make an offer that's higher than where you need to be at, for example, on this one, my maximum allowable offer will be at around 125. That's my maximum allowable offer so that I can make sure I make money wholesaling the deal. So I'm starting at 110 because I need to come up to 120, 125. If I start at 125, it's still low because they're asking for 220. So you put that low offer in front of them, show commitment, and then just wait. Just wait. There's nothing else under your control. You're not going to be able to go there and put a gun in front of the seller like, accept my offer. That's just not how the game is played. You have to make the offer, anchor yourself low so that you can uncover motivation. In this case, they're going to be showing the property tomorrow to a bunch of investors. There's going to be an open house, a walkthrough, whatever. We'll go from there. We'll see what actually goes down tomorrow, and we'll get some feedback. And that's when the game actually starts. We start negotiating. And stay tuned for next episode so you see if I lock this deal in. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, just do all that good stuff, and stay tuned because this cold calling sessions will keep coming every single Wednesday. Let's see what happens with this property. Hopefully we'll be able to lock it in. Peace and love, guys. Take care.